Guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't done a vlog in ages. Precisely, I don't know, 5-6 months. As you can see, if you already know me, I am super pregnant. I have this humongous bump here. Actually, I am 30. Oh, sorry guys, very bad back pain. I'm 29 weeks pregnant. So yeah, actually I waited a long time. That's why I haven't been vlogging. I have been vlogging a lot. Sorry for my dog, I don't know what's up with that. Another thing, I am vlogging in my PJs because I'm gonna be really honest here. It is night time, and if I'm ever gonna get a vlog done, it has to be after the baby's gone to sleep and everything's quiet, and I'm not gonna go and dress up 29 weeks pregnant to look good for you guys. Well, I hope you guys think I'm good enough, even in my jammies. But yeah, apart from that, today's YouTube video is going to be about things to not say to a pregnant woman. I chose this topic. I decided to come back vlogging, but seeing as already at the end of my pregnancy, I wanted to do, obviously for the next few weeks, stuff that's related to pregnancy in general. I so badly wanted to do this, and I didn't want to put it on the blog because it's just too much to read. And not specifically related to my pregnancy, but to pregnancy in general. And here's why. So, relating to today's title of what not to say to pregnant women, I came up with this idea because I went into town the other day after a long time, and I met a woman who I hadn't met for about 4 or 5 months, literally from when I was about 3 months pregnant. We're not friends, and I do know her, but I'm not friends with her, like I said. And the first comment she was like to me, it wasn't even like hello or hey, how are you doing? It was like, oh my god, look how huge you've gotten. And then proceeded to be like, are you sure there's not twins in there? And I was like, what? No, I wasn't really like that to her. I was like, yeah, thanks, blah blah. But I was really pissy about it, and I was just like, I came home and I told my husband about it, and then, sorry guys, getting distracted with my dog and my husband calling on the floor. I have no idea what they're doing. Yeah, I was really pissy about it and told my husband, but not only that, as a pissy pregnant lady, I went on my phone and I actually, since I was pregnant with Leia, I am part of I have a pregnancy app on my phone which I follow, and it grows with you or with I am. And I also joined the April 2017 board because, for those of you who don't know, that's when my baby is due in April, mid-April. And then I wrote like my whole little story, and then I was like, please tell me if I'm overreacting. To which a lot of mamas commented on there and let me like their stories and stuff that they would hate, like that they hate receiving. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a vlog about this because, you know, there's just stuff that people need to understand in this world that you do not say to pregnant women. Because personally, I would never say, even if I had never been pregnant. And secondly, I don't understand why some people do choose to say it. So, to the point, number one, not to say to a pregnant woman is, oh my god, how huge you've gotten. Because let me tell you, we have no control. I mean, we have control over like weight gain, maybe trying to be a little bit healthier or whatever. But we have no control about how big, specifically, our bellies get. Like, my belly really is bigger this time around, or so I feel like it is. But I don't really care as long as the baby's healthy. I mean, I know I'm huge, I feel it every day. I feel like a turtle in bed, and I have to wake my husband up in the middle of the night to help me get out of bed sometimes, and I need to pee like for the 100th time. So I know I'm huge. Do not ask me if I'm sure there's no twins. Whoa, I'm gonna sneeze. Do not ask me if I'm sure there aren't twins in there, because I'm telling you now, I think we're in 2017, I know we're in 2017, and I didn't get ultrasound, and I'm pretty sure it would be visible if there was twins in there. I mean, what does that even mean? Like, are you sure there are not twins in there? Yeah, I'm pretty goddamn sure there's just one in there, so yeah. So So anyways, this vlog, this is my, like, that was like my little complaint and what I really hated and I think you should never say to pregnant women. I'm actually going to go on the app and like read out some of the funny stories or like comments like the other moms have left me for this vlog, and like list them off on stuff we just shouldn't say to pregnant women. And this is an ode to all pregnant women out there. I'm standing for you because I know how annoying and how horrible it can be with the comments. Someone at work recently referred to my upcoming maternity leave as my lounging around time. Apparently this was supposed to be a joke, but I didn't find it very funny. Yeah, that is not funny. Like, honestly, who finds that funny? As I already have a toddler, maternity leave is the hardest job I've ever had in my life. Like, ever. Staying with a baby, especially if you're a new mom, has got to be one of the hardest things. You're learning so much about yourself, and sometimes it's way more rewarding than a job, but it is also way more tiring. It's not like a 9 to 5, you come home and watch TV like I used to do in the older days or whatever. It is literally non-stop. Anyone who thinks mums like lounge around probably need a reality check. And if you don't know, just don't comment that at all, even as a joke, because it's not funny. Mom Life 2014 commented saying, "Your bump is so small, are you eating enough? This is not the time to diet, you have to eat for two." Okay, like I said, no commenting on women's size, like bump sizes. We have no control over our bump sizes. And it is so stupid, like, to say it's so small, it's so big, it's so this, it's so that. Maybe you could just say the bump is beautiful and end it over. This is not the time that you have to eat for two. No, we don't have to eat for two. Like, we just don't have to. Someone said that when they say they can't eat something, then the response will be, well, back in my day, they didn't have these restrictions. To which she wrote, well, back in your day, babies had a higher mortality rate. I don't know why I'm laughing, it's not that funny, but yeah, I think we all make different choices. Like, some of us choose to smoke, some of us don't, some of us choose to, like, I don't know, be vegetarian, some don't. Just because a woman is pregnant, don't feel like you have an opinion or right to aid her decision for her pregnancy. I think most pregnant women who care about themselves and their babies will inform themselves and make the choices on how and when and what they've informed themselves on, and this could be culture or a matter of generations or whatever. So yeah, don't do that well back in my day card, because well back in your day things were drastically different. I'm a first time mum, and what drives me crazy are the people that ask when my due date is, then proceed to tell me I'll probably go late and should get used to that bump because it's not going anywhere for a while. That's not something I want to hear. I totally get this. When I was pregnant with Ayan, everyone used to say to me, he's the first baby, I'm going to be overdue, blah blah blah. And it just made me want to like rip their hair out of their heads. I can tell it's a boy because your butt is so big. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that. Yeah. Oh, so if you have a girl, your butt's smaller? I have no idea. I have no idea what this woman could have said to that. Like, that's definitely not a comment to say to a pregnant woman because that's just weird. You'll be so fat, you're never getting your body back. Where do I start with what's wrong with that? Like, if you gained weight, if you lost weight, like, yeah, you're never getting your body back. That is just wrong. And when you're pregnant, we're not fat. Like, I know we gain a little bit of weight. A lot of people lose it, and if they don't, who cares? As long as you're healthy, that's all that matters. And who would say to someone they're never getting their body back? That's like, that's just mean. Like, why would you say that to someone? We're bringing beautiful babies, human, to this population, and you're going to tell us that our lovely bodies are never coming back. So, no, do not say that to a pregnant woman. It's okay to have some wine, eat sushi, or drink coffee. Why do people think they suddenly get the right to be involved in decision making just because you're pregnant? The answer to that is they don't. I don't know why people think it's okay. Just to let you know what their opinion is and what you can and cannot eat or drink or whatever. Just don't do that, because like I said, we all make our decisions informed to our pregnancy, so, and everyone's different, so that should be respected, like in everyday life, right? Just don't have the baby today. I have 3 months to go. I wasn't planning on it. I don't really have anything to say to that one, except for like it's funny for me to read, even believe that someone said that to someone. Don't say that to someone. Oh yeah, by the way, I just don't have the baby today. Like, oh yeah, by the way, just don't eat cake today. You know, just don't say that. Getting fat, are you? Yeah, I've had this one before. Like, what? Like, you know I'm pregnant, so why would you say getting fat, are you? Like, what do you want me to say? I actually think I took it in jest and I was like, yeah, I'm getting fat. I was actually at the gym. Some guy was like, getting fat, and I was like, yeah, I am getting fat. You know I'm pregnant, but you're still gonna say that. Like, I don't know how growing a baby and then gaining a lot of weight coincide like in any way, but a lot of people seem to like put them two together, but it's nothing to do with that. So yeah, stop the fat referrals, pregnant women, please. I'm sure I say this on behalf of like all pregnant women out there in this world. Are you sure there's not triplets in there? Well, we've covered that one. Jesus, she got triplets. I got twins and I was like already like, I'm really annoyed about that. So yeah, no, you haven't been told that if the person's having twins or triplets, don't ask them, just assume they're having one baby and be surprised if they're having more than one baby. Because like I said, we have no control over our babies. Having my family members call me out in restaurants or stores saying pregnant lady coming through. That's really weird. Like, I guess it's funny if it's a family member, but actually generally speaking it's not funny. Like, imagine if I went out for dinner or something with a friend and he was like hairy or she, and I was like, hairy person coming through, or like us pregnant woman. It sounds like we should like a cone I have like beep beep pregnant woman coming through. Like, I don't know. Everyone can probably see we're pregnant if we're big enough, and I don't think we need the massive announcement like beep beep pregnant woman coming through kind of thing. And people who can't see it are probably obviously blind, or maybe weren't that fat in the first place for someone to see it. One that really pissed me off, or whoops, peed me off from my first was being told to get to sleep now because I wouldn't when baby was born. Only someone who has been pregnant understands that there's no such thing as getting good sleep when you have a giant belly and aches and pains all over, not to mention the bathroom runs. Yeah, I hated this when I was pregnant with Anne. So I guess with him I stopped sleeping around 5 months pregnant. I had insomnia, then I got really fat, I got really big, and then I had like bathroom runs non-stop. So I basically wasn't sleeping. Anyways, I didn't want you to tell me that it was never going to get better. I would rather find out for myself. Don't make out my misery is going to be prolonged. Like, people associate baby with misery. Don't do that, please. So yeah, I think that's enough for today for part 1. But I do have so many more funny comments I really wanted to share. So I'm going to be doing a part 2 to what not to say to pregnant women. And I will catch you on the next vlog. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and I'll catch you soon.